first impression of teaching in an inner city middle school was I thought I would know what to expect. And to a certain extent, I think I did. I knew the different poverty indicators of the school. I wasn't too sure of the demographics. The demographics were actually different than what I had initially expected them to be. It's a much more diverse school in terms of the population. A lot of students that speak a different language other than English. It's a very high poverty school. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's upwards of 88%, I think, of the students are on free or reduced price lunch. So it's a very high poverty school, which brings a host of educational issues in and of itself. And in terms of that sort of stuff, I did kind of know what to expect. I mean, this is what I've been studying myself for years now. The different sociological issues that kind of are inherent with a lower SES population tend to have lower academic performance, tend to have higher rates of crime or drug use. The sociological aspect of the school I was very familiar with. But in terms of how I would interact with the students at first, how I would interact with the other teachers, with administration, that part I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what the students would be like. I didn't know if they would be a little more on the violent side, which I quickly found out some of them are. My second day, I got the joy of breaking up my first fight ever, and I wasn't too sure what to do in the aftermath of that. So I consulted my advisor, my teacher, and some other people, and documented everything. Everything was fine in the end. The administration, the principal said I did the right thing in breaking it up, so felt good about that. It was kind of a rush. I mean, the adrenaline from that, it was first thing in the morning, and this kid just barrels down on another one, and I'm the only adult on the floor. So without thinking, I rush over because the kid that he tackled, I mean, it wasn't looking too good for him. So I ran over as quickly as I could and separated them and ended up chasing the student down the hallway, down the stairs, basically right past the principal's office. Me, the new student intern on the second day. Welcome to inner city teaching, I guess. It didn't really faze me too much because, like I said, I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. I just didn't necessarily know what the students' personalities would be like, how the different dynamics between their groups would be like, because I have studied this stuff for quite a while, but this is really my first test of being in an inner city school. And this is what I want to do with my life. This is where I want to be. I want to be in an inner city environment because I think I can make a difference there. That's why I want to do this. So getting my first kind of taste of that, I kind of got the whole spectrum of it in my first week. I saw the high poverty side of it. I saw the sort of violent side that can be present. That's not every day. Absolutely not every day. More often than not, it's what you consider a normal school day. Kids are less than thrilled to be there most of the time, and the teachers, just doing what they can with what they have. Also, I saw the other side of it, which is the standardized testing side. They had their benchmarks the first week I was there, and they use a program called Interactive Achievement there, which is just an online, an online database of all their different test scores for all their different classes. Basically, every standardized test that they take at this school is on this website. You can see the data. You can see what happens if you take out certain populations of students. You can disaggregate the data, so you can see all the different populations within the school, how they're doing on the test, and you can really tailor your instruction to try and address those needs that show up on these standardized tests. So my whole philosophy on standardized tests aside, I did get to see how useful a program like that can be in terms of making sense of all the data that comes from the standardized test. So moving forward, I knew it was going to be very challenging, and over the next kind of several weeks, that would certainly be true. It was one of the hardest things that I've done, trying to figure it out, and I guess more on that later.
Take it easy, tigers in the